There's a tropical wind in Ohio. Holy shit. That's fucking unbelievable. I love it.
I get drunk. I play funk. I tell lies. I get high. I never try. I let loose. Wild goose. I take a ride. I nearly die. I give up. Shut up. I call in sick. Suck my dick. I kick your ass. Smoke your mother's grass. Stay up late. I masturbate. I look great. Straight hate. Get laid. Get paid. Taco loco. Johnny Yoko. Nice dinner. What are you up to, dinner? I get drunk. I play funk. Stay away from the phone. Just leave me alone. I'm living large. Bitch, I'm in charge. I light an incense. Gene Vincent. I get the notion. Rub on a little lotion. Keep it busy. Hope it's busy. I thank God for a hot ride. Come on your face. Play the fucking bass. No. Love metal. Heavy metal. Nice sweater. W double G's the letter. I make a fire. Cool desire. I speculate. Ejaculate. I get drunk. I play funk. I get high. I make it cry.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
I fucking love that song. Oh my god!
It still makes me giggle every time I hear it. Can't help it. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, everybody. We got the whole gang. We got Benny Loco. We got Spy Can, and we got Mizzy. That's Elizabeth and Mark. We call him Mizzy.
Back from Pneumonia Row.
So I just want to thank everybody for the condolences. Yeah, I lost my mom on Sunday, and it was expected. She's been sick for a long time, so it wasn't like it was a shock. Okay, so I just want everybody to know, and I'm good. I'm doing good, just except for a few legal issues. I'm doing all right. So, and I'm happy to be here tonight to do the show. I did not get my tooth fixed, so I still have to go get my tooth fixed.
Oh, God damn it, Diane.
All right, so
you got a little thingy on it? You put some thingy on it? Okay.
Wax.
So,
as long as you're not shredding your tongue.
yeah.
Yes, that lady.
So, no, thank you guys so much. You guys are very sweet in the chat. Thank you guys so much. So, anyway, we got a lot of stuff to get to. I don't even know where to start. It has been absolute fucking fuckery, batshit crazy shit. Go ahead, Wizzy. You got something? Go ahead.
I'm just going to start with one thing. In the words of Thomas Paine, these are the times that try men's souls.
Yep.
Oh, yes.
And then I'll let you go from there.
Well, I heard this fascinating speech with what's his name? Bernie Sanders. I'm not a big Bernie bro person, but he did a fabulous speech on the Senate floor. I'd like to play it for you guys, but I'm going to play it like at 150 speed because he talks really slow. And then
well, he's 85 fucking years old. He's slowing down a little bit.
I know, but he makes some really great points, and I just kind of like want everybody to hear it, you know. Spiken and I have stuff to read, right?
Yep. Yes, we do.
Hey,
let's not forget. Isn't it our 1 year anniversary?
It is our 1 year anniversary today.
And we made it to 750. So let's get it to 1,000.
Yay.
We got 783 is what I got. 783.
783 were closer than 750.
Yep.
Happy anniversary, everybody.
Maybe if I hadn't been so busy and I'd gotten out there in the chats, we'd be at 1,000 right now. But you know what I mean?
Happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary. Pour a cheerful toast and fill it, happy anniversary. But be careful you don't spill it, happy anniversary.
Oh, who the fuck cares? His dick is like a gherkin.
A gherkin, you see it? No, you can't because it's like a gherkin.
I left Dinky in California.
Oh, you so hard fail.
I did not bring Dinky with me.
California.
You know how I have a propensity for Oh, Benny Loco, you did it. That was good.
It's actually it's a carburetor for my dab rig, but when you turn it upside down, it looks just like Dinky's dinky.
I could probably get a Welch's fruit snack and turn it into one.
Syphilis knots and all.
Oh.
Yeah. So yeah, everybody in the chat saying happy anniversary. So you guys help us get up to 1,000 so we can get monetized. Because we're gonna need it
Someday.
So there's some video I want to play. There's some stuff I want to read. Spiken, do you want to start with that letter, or do you want?
I say we play the video that I sent you of the Super Bowl. I say we kick it off with that.
Wait, the Super Bowl? Okay.
Yeah, it's on Blue Sky.
I got it right here. Tony's got it.
Yeah. I say we start by celebrating with that video.
You got to go to the notifications.
Celebrate or salivate?
Celebrate.
Celebrate. Can we have a salivating celebration?
I think I'd have a collective hurl right now at this point.
It's like from what?
Well,
Spy
you know,
says.
if I'm in the room and you're throwing up, I'm throwing up too.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
So inspiring, isn't it?
Yeah, Dinky Super Bowl. Yep.
Oh my God.
Is this
Get
a
in
big
the loop.
video where he's screaming? Some guy's screaming traitor.
Yes, that's the one.
I like this guy. I like this video.
national anthem.
Well, when the shoe fits.
He's trying to get it erased from the internet. So save a hard copy of this somewhere.
Too fucking bad. It's on the internet. It's forever, forever, forever. Somebody's got it. Oh, we do.
Yeah, well.
Let's go. I knew it. Thank you, Dad. You're a fucking traitor. 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 You're a traitor. Traitor. You're a fucking traitor. Traitor. You're a traitor. You're a traitor.
Oh, it sounds like me.
I think I want that to be. I think I want that to be my new ringtone.
Right?
That dude's voice was gone before the game started.
Brilliant
I
idea.
freaking love it. Oh, I love it.
Yeah,
That sounds
more
an
of that.
awful lot like me, but I wasn't there.
yeah.
I've had dreams about having that opportunity.
Oh, me too.
World Series in 2019 when he had no control over the crowd. They booed the fuck out of him.
Yo,
Nationals
God.
Park.
It was gorgeous. I
Yeah,
loved it.
yeah.
No applaud signs.
Yeah.
Nope. It wasn't a controlled crowd. He had,
But on-
it's
On Fox News, they put
Dink you, oh fuck.
on Fox News Entertainment, they put a fucking applaud track over it.
I know.
fuck them.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, how low they go over there for this mother.
Yeah.
You know, they're never going to get the orange stain from around their lips.
What do you think about it? It's Rupert
No.
Murdoch's network that broadcast that game. And at some point, I didn't hear it, but I heard the broadcasters were sucking his dick when they showed
I was just
Murdoch
going to
in the
say,
stands.
they'll never get rid of the orange stain or the syphilis sores on their mouth. Stiff too. God damn it.
So
So for anyone in the chat, that video is on YouTube. There are a couple of others. Really American put together a compilation
yep.
of the booing videos.
Dude.
Fuck you.
Yep. No, I'm seriously wanting to make that my fucking ringtone.
That's a good idea. I don't know how to do that, but I would like to.
You just took lunches away from children and food stamps away from people and had the taxpayers foot a $19 million bill so he could go to the fucking Super Bowl.
And
Yeah,
leave
for an
after
hour.
halftime.
For an
Leave
hour
after
and then
halftime because he
fuck
got
off.
called out by Kendrick Lamar.
Yep.
Let's not forget that. He ran away like
He
a
ran
scared
away
little
like
baby.
the
he is.
coward he is, as are
Yep.
his followers. You're all cowards, y'all that follow Donald Trump.
Mhm.
I know in our chat, and our people don't.
On
No,
top
y'all
of that,
said it
the
might be
Chiefs
like-
didn't score any points until after he left the stadium. So
Yeah, Donnie backed the team that got its ass kicked too.
Yeah.
And Jill Biden was there also, supporting
Yeah.
the Eagles. No mention of her. No, I don't think there was even a camera shot of her.
No, I don't. I
booing
never
guys.
saw any. So we have another video of the anonymous dire warning. We have the long Bernie Sanders video. Which one do you want to see?
Dire warning first.
Okay.
So that one's 5 parts, Diane. I only sent you part 1.
Okay. But other people can find it. So
Yeah.
yeah, there's 5 parts to this. This is part 1. Build the resistance. Hashtag.
Greetings, citizens of the United States. The effects of Donald Trump's presidency are no longer distant warnings. They are here, unfolding before you. While many remain unaware, blinded by the administration's relentless efforts to suppress the truth, the rest of the world is watching, and it is responding. Long-standing alliances with key nations such as Canada and Mexico are fracturing inch by inch. The cracks are widening, and the global community is reassessing its trust in the United States. The question is no longer if, but when these relationships will collapse entirely. The consequences will be severe. Every imported product you rely on, everyday essentials, food, technology, will see skyrocketing prices, making even basic necessities unattainable for the average American. What you perceive as a simple rise in costs is, in reality, a calculated strategy. The plan? To systematically dismantle the lower class. Greetings, citizens of the...
Wow.
Hey, Anonymous, we've been waiting for you.
Yeah.
Oh,
Not for
they go-
anything, but I knew Anonymous would pop up. I just thought Anonymous would pop up a lot fucking sooner. So your timing's not impeccable, Anonymous. But thank you anyway.
At the end of this video, the full video is on TikTok. I'm sure you can find it on YouTube. I'm certain content creators have covered it. On Blue Sky, they can only post a minute video, so they chopped it up into 5. But at the end, they point out that basically everything that Elon Musk is doing with his little 20-year-old hackers is just opening up the doorway for Anonymous to come in and do what they've been trying to do all this time.
Let the little boys do the light work.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's
I encourage everyone to find it, watch it. It's well worth the watch.
Okay. That's probably way juicier than the Bernie Sanders thing, but Bernie Sanders.
Let's hear Bernie.
The thing is that what I like about this video is that Bernie touches on just a few of the horrible things that Dinky has done since he's been in office and how much wealthier these people who donated to him have gotten.
As a result.
Yeah. And the numbers will astound you in 3 weeks how much money Jeff Bezos and Zuckerberg and Elania made.
They need to be divested of their assets and jailed.
Every fucking penny.
And every penny
fucking
paid back.
penny.
I just don't know who's going to stop it. There's no
people of the United States accordingly.
He owns
A nice
everybody.
fat check would
There's
be nice.
nobody to stop him.
Cash.
He owns
So Diane,
FBI. He owns the CIA now.
Tiffany said she emailed you the full version, the whole full version of that.
Sweet.
Thank you, Tiffany.
Thank you, Tiffany.
She's not a mod here, but she's a super mod in other places.
Yeah, she should be a super mod here too.
She can be a mod here. I got no problem with that.
Tiffany!
No, this is absolute fucking straight up theft. All of it illegal. They're gonna ignore the courts. Our whole thing bitching about this for so long is like, you're gonna make your own self obsolete. Congress, you just made yourself obsolete. Judicial
for
branch,
not doing your job.
Obsolete for not doing your goddamn job because there's nobody in the way. Nobody's
I'll
standing
tell
in
you
the
what,
way
I
now.
want to go up to the door of Congress and knock on it, and I'll knock and knock and knock and knock until they open that fucking door.
If I have an opportunity while I'm out here, I would love to just go sit in the gallery. I would just love to just go sit there and just listen to this bullshit. But I don't know if I could take 1 second of Nancy Mace without climbing out of the gallery and across the floor and choking her ass. She's a filthy cunt.
Yeah, it's a much brighter day in South Carolina when she's in Washington, D.C.
Let me at her.
I'm sure it is.
Let me at them all. Every fucking one of them.
Yeah.
Dems included.
Oh, God forbid I ever seen Marjorie Taylor twat stick
They
out.
all need their ass chewed out.
Well, I gotta give anyone in our chat who took us up on the 5 calls recommendation and did their job and called. You did a great job, because not only are Republicans starting to take notice, but Democrats all of a sudden are growing a little bit more of a spine. So keep up the good work. Keep it going.
Calling.
Keep calling until they know your name and your voice, and they go, "Oh my God, not this person again." Then you know you're doing the job right.
20 Democrats have voted with Republicans on various issues. I want them voting 0.
Yep.
I don't care if they say it's for the children.
Yep.
It's not for the children.
Yep.
No.
It's a way to funnel the money away from children to something else. Democrats should vote nil, none, 0 for anything under Republicans, period, and not as an obstructionary thing in the classic sense. 9.
Vote now.
Yay, Tiffany! Tiffany is now a mod. Congratulations, Tiffany.
Right on, Tiffany.
Congrats, Tiffany. Welcome.
Congratulations.
She's now a
Diane's
protector
off.
of the chat. Link dropper extraordinaire.
So did you get it?
I'm gonna go bring Randamoni his new phone so he can start setting it up. It just came to the door before we went live.
Okay.
So let me bring it to him and then he can do whatever you do when you get a new phone.
Okay, we'll wait for Benny to come back.
Keep him busy for a minute too. Give him something to do.
Right. We'll wait for Benny to come back, and then I'll just read a few things from. Nancy Mace is absolutely batshit crazy. Did you hear what she did? She said some fucked up story about how like she was drugged and raped on the fucking Senate floor. Was it the Senate? Is she in the Senate or their house? She's
in the House.
She's House. Yeah. So on the House floor, and then
She's done drugs.
she came back. The police came back and said this story has never been. We can't verify this story. There's been no.
Of course you
There's
did.
never a report filed.
Police report file, nothing. Yeah. It was just a really fucking weird thing, and because she did it, because she did it on the House floor, she's not liable for. It's the speech.
Under
No,
the
it's
speech
the
and debate
speech and debate clause.
Yeah.
It's protected. She's protected.
Doesn't matter how much they lie, it's considered speech and debate.
We got a lot of things that need to be fixed, guys.
Well, and I don't know like how it's going to. Yeah, here's the Office of the Attorney General, Alan Wilson, the state of South Carolina, said, there's the speech tonight in the House basically saying she's an unhinged nut.
Yeah.
I mean, this is.
And she's projecting way too much. I think she's a man and just isn't ready to admit it.
Oh, and what's her name?
I don't know.
And
I really
you know what
don't
the
know.
thing is too, I was thinking of is like all these women have had massive plastic surgery. They've had their nose done, they've had their chin done, they've had their neck done, their boobs done, their eyes done. Give me a fucking break. And you've had more gender affirming care than most trans people. I don't want to hear this bullshit anymore.
Right.
Fuck you.
Exactly.
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 I did see that Trump declines to name Vance as his successor in a stunning moment during a Fox News interview. We have a lot of very capable people.
Why would you pick him as your vice president if you wouldn't endorse him as a president?
It's a payoff. It's a payoff. It's Peter Thiel and all those rich people to get, because they know he's going to kick it. And when he kicks it, or if somebody doesn't take a pot shot at him again and not miss.
I'm trying to recall if he endorsed Pence either. And I don't recall him endorsing
He's not going to endorse anybody.
Pence never, it never even came up as for him becoming president. It wasn't something he wanted, so it was never an issue. But they now know that if they're going to continue the MAGA movement after Dinky's stroke, they've got to put somebody in place, and they're trying to set it up for that.
Or his unfortunate fall, long walk off a short windowsill, or whatever it's going to be, like the Russian tea, whatever.
Well, I was going to say, if he keeps defunding the CIA and the FBI and Homeland Security, Russia's going to have a really easy time finding him.
Thinking it.
The problem is we'll wind up with Speaker Mike Johnson. As he's second in line besides Vance.
What's your favorite color these days? What's your favorite color?
All right.
It's
Well, now that we got
definitely a
Benny
bleak
back,
color.
let's play the Bernie video. I'm going to play it fast because he talks kind of slow, so
Let's feel that burn.
pay attention. There'll be a test after. I'm just kidding.
Mr. President, today
Quorum call
I would ask that the quorum call be vitiated.
without objection.
Mr. President, today we find ourselves in a pivotal moment in American history, and millions of Americans, by their actions or lack of action, will determine the future of our country for decades. In my view, the Trump administration is moving this country very aggressively into an oligarchic form of society where extraordinary power rests in the hands of a small number of unelected multi-billionaires. The Trump administration is moving this country very aggressively into an authoritarian society where the rule of law and our Constitution.
You are using apple cider vinegar the wrong way.
I hate commercials. Didn't do that when I listened to it twice
And undermined
earlier.
in order to give more power to the White House and the billionaires who now control our government. The Trump administration is moving this country very rapidly toward a kleptocracy, where the function of government is not to serve the needs of ordinary people, but to enrich those who are in power. Mr. President, I think that today is a very good day to recall what one of our great presidents said at Gettysburg in November of 1863. Looking out at a battlefield where thousands of Union soldiers had just sacrificed their lives in the defense of freedom and the ending of slavery, Abraham Lincoln famously stated, and I quote, "The world will no longer remember what we say here, but it can never forget what they did, the soldiers did here. It is for us, the living, rather to be dedicated here to the unfinished work which they who fought here have thus far so nobly advanced. It is rather for us to be here dedicated to the great task remaining before us, that from these honored dead we take increased devotion to that cause for which they gave the last full measure of devotion. That we here highly resolve that these dead shall not have died in vain." And this is how he concluded. "That this nation under God shall have a new birth of freedom, and that government of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from the earth." Government of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from the earth. Mr. President, I fear very much that under President Trump, we are not seeing a government of the people, by the people, for the people, but rather a government of the billionaire class, by the billionaire class, and for the billionaire class. And what is really interesting is that none of this is happening behind closed doors. It's not being done in secret. It's right out there for everybody to see. Several weeks ago, Donald Trump was inaugurated for a second term as president. Standing right behind him were the three richest men in America, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, and Mark Zuckerberg. Combined, these three men are worth $920 billion. These three men own more wealth than the bottom half of American society, 170 million people. Three guys, 170 million people. And I should point out, and this should tell you exactly where we are going as a nation, these three men, wealthiest three in America, have become some $232 billion richer since Trump was elected a few weeks ago. Three guys, $232 billion richer since Trump was elected. Mr. President, this is how an oligarchic system works. Elon Musk, the wealthiest person in the world and now a key part of the Trump administration, spent over $277 million to get Trump elected. In other words, within a corrupt campaign finance system, which allows billionaires to spend as much as they want, he helped buy the election for Mr. Trump. Jeff Bezos and Mark Zuckerberg, the second and third wealthiest people in our country, both kicked $1 million each into Trump's inauguration fund. And let us remember that Mr. Bezos, who among other things owns the Washington Post, rescinded the endorsement of that paper for Kamala Harris just before the election. Mr. Bezos was showing early on that he was willing to bend the knee for Donald Trump. Mark Zuckerberg, the founder and CEO of Meta, which owns Facebook and Instagram, agreed to settle a lawsuit with Trump for $25 million. These three multi-billionaires are working with Trump for one very simple reason. They understand that Trump's policies are designed to make the very wealthiest people in this country even richer. Since Trump's election, Mr. Musk has become $154 billion richer. Not bad in a couple of weeks' time. He earned a great investment. He only spent a couple of $100 million on the election, and now he's $154 billion richer. Mr. Bezos has become $35 billion richer, and Mr. Zuckerberg has become $43 billion richer. Mr. President, I am concerned not only about the growing movement toward oligarchy in this country, but I am deeply worried that under the leadership of President Trump, we are moving rapidly towards authoritarianism. And all over this country.
Assholes. We always yell when the ad comes on, no matter what. We always start swearing.
Alarmed and shocked by what they have seen in the last several weeks. Just a few examples, just a few. Last week, President Trump attempted to suspend all federal grants and loans in direct violation of the U.S. Constitution and federal law. As every third grader in America knows, or I hope knows, the power of the purse in the United States belongs to Congress, not the president. Yes, the president can recommend legislation to Congress. The president can veto legislation that Congress has passed. But he does not have the power to unilaterally terminate funding and legislation that has been passed by the U.S. Congress. That is a dangerous and blatantly unconstitutional act. And I should add that Trump's blocking of federal funding would have had a horrific impact on millions of Americans who utilize programs like Medicaid, Head Start, community health centers, Meals on Wheels, homeless veterans programs, and many, many other initiatives. Tens of millions of Americans, including some of the most vulnerable in our country, were impacted by that decision. But that's not all. A few days ago, Trump fired 17 inspectors general, independent government watchdogs that were created by Congress in the wake of the Watergate scandal to prevent the abuse of power by the executive branch. Last week, President Trump fired a member of the National Labor Relations Board, and in so doing, effectively neutered the only federal agency in America with the authority to hold corporations accountable for illegal union busting and to protect the constitutional right of millions of workers who want to join unions in order to earn better wages, working conditions, and benefits. Not only is that move blatantly illegal, it is exactly what Elon Musk, the owner of Tesla, and Jeff Bezos, the owner of Amazon, have been fighting for months. They don't like unions. And what Mr. Trump has given them is the opportunity to make it much, much harder for workers to organize in their companies. President Trump also illegally fired members of the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, the only independent commission in our country that protects workers against discrimination in the workforce. Further, and what should upset every American, no matter whether you're conservative, moderate, progressive, is that in direct violation of the Constitution and federal law, Trump is intimidating the media with lawsuits against ABC, CBS, Meta, and the Des Moines Register. His FCC is now threatening to investigate PBS and NPR. What Trump is essentially saying to every media outlet in America, if you say or do anything that is critical of me, that displeases me, you may be subject to a lawsuit or a federal investigation. If that is not a direct attack on the First Amendment, on the U.S. Constitution and free speech in our country, I don't know what is. But that is not all. Elon Musk and his unelected minions at Doge have forced out officials at the Treasury Department and illegally shut down USAID, a program which, among other things, helps feed and provide medical help to starving and desperate children all over the world. Presidents, much less unelected billionaires, do not have the unilateral right to shut down federal agencies established by Congress. And when we talk about the very dangerous movement towards authoritarianism that we are seeing in this country now, let us not forget Trump's pardoning of the January 6th insurrectionists who injured 174 police officers right here, right outside this floor. Even worse, not only did he pardon those people, but Trump is undermining the FBI by actually investigating the agents there who helped bring these violent criminals to justice. Imagine that. Pardoning the people who broke the law and investigating the people who upheld the law. That is not what America is supposed to be about. And Mr. President, under Trump, we are rapidly moving toward a kleptocracy as well. Just before the president was inaugurated, he and his wife launched their own cryptocurrency coins, giving them the potential to earn many billions of dollars. If Wall Street CEOs tried to bribe the president with a bag full of money, that would be illegal. That's against the law. But now they don't have to do that. Today, if a multi-billionaire, the head of a foreign country, wants to curry favor with the president, all they have to do is buy his cryptocurrency coins, and when they do that, they are directly enriching Mr. Trump. So, Mr. President, the question that millions of Americans are asking is, given the move toward oligarchy, given the move toward authoritarianism, given the movement toward kleptocracy, where do we go from here? What should we as Americans be doing? And let me tell you what I think and what most Americans think. And that is, instead of moving toward an economy which is designed to benefit the very richest people in our country, we have got to create an economy and a government that works for all of us, not just for Mr. Musk or Mr. Bezos or Mr. Zuckerberg. Mr. President, at a time of massive wealth and income inequality, we have never had more income and wealth inequality than we have had right now. It is beyond stupidity to provide more tax breaks to the very richest people in our country and then to pay for those tax breaks by cutting back on Medicaid and other programs desperately needed by working families all across this country. That is what we should not be doing. But let me take a moment to tell you what we should be doing. At a time when 85 million Americans are uninsured or underinsured in our broken healthcare system, we have got to do what every other major country on earth does, and that is guarantee healthcare to all people as a human right, not a privilege. That's what we've got to do. At a time when 1 out of 4 Americans cannot afford the outrageously high prices that the pharmaceutical industry charges, we have got to end the absurdity of the American people paying by far the highest prices in the world for prescription drugs. We have got to cut the cost of medicine in this country in half, making it comparable with what the rest of the world is paying. Mr. President, the federal minimum...
You guys get the point. It's like unbelievable, just straight up theft.
Yeah.
Bernie Sanders did it, and also Sheldon Whitehouse did it.
Yep. Sheldon
Today.
Whitehouse went after the judges.
Big oil.
That was a 30-minute speech. Go look it up.
Now,
It's fantastic. I'll try and
I
get
have
it in
one
the chat.
question. Aren't presidents not supposed to be making money off of being the president?
What is the Senate not? Why is the Senate not enforcing these laws? Because clearly the Justice Department isn't. So why is the Senate not removing the man from power? Because they're balls deep.
Yep.
In this idiot plan.
Yep.
With no end game other than to destroy us. So a few of them can get richer, who's going to buy their shit when there's no one left with money?
You guys have
They
to
don't care.
remember.
They're just going to take
It's
all
so
the money and
nihilistic.
You guys have to
And this
remember.
clown show DOJ, instead of going after Doge and all this illegal shit, they're going after sanctuary cities. That was fucking Pam Bondi's first act as Attorney General.
Right, yeah. And you guys have to remember, this is a thing they have been planning for decades.
Yep.
40 years.
Yeah.
My entire adult life and then some.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've watched this occur. And
Now,
really, there's no need to cut on Hillary or any other Democrat. This Republicans have done this. They have been. This is the one thing I will cut on Democrats for. Any Democrat that votes with Republicans from this point forward, because they might as well vote for their damn Nazis.
Yep.
Or twats.
Yep.
Exactly.
100%.
Twatsies.
Poll the
Now
Mitch
wait
McConnell.
wait until Pam Bondi wants to. She's already said she wants to take everybody's guns away. She's blatantly said it out.
Oh
in
yeah.
public.
By the way, yeah.
But when they knock on MAGA's door, we're here for your guns. How do you think they're going to react?
It's not going to be good.
My Second Amendment rights. You ain't taking my motherfucking guns.
No,
Yeah.
they'll be people will die.
Seriously, I mean, they're such homosexuals. It would be like ripping
Virginia,
off
me,
their
sorry.
members. You know,
Yeah.
let's just rip off your member, the thing that makes you feel all masculine.
Yep. And we've been
They're
watching.
not
I mean,
gonna
I
take
just love
it.
it when
and I keep
I love it when
thinking-
Brian when Mark does his Virginia accent.
Yeah.
I am a Virginia boy, actually, at heart. So
He's from Virginia, so he's
Y'all got
normally
that
very-
twang going on there, Mark?
so he's got that twang.
I haven't heard your twang, Mark.
it comes out every now and then. Hell, I went to university in Southwest Virginia for 6 years, so it's still in here somewhere.
So
Yeah,
I was gonna say,
the
my
Colts not gonna
accent's
take
just
kindly
all
to
over
that.
Southern.
Yeah.
Mm.
So
it's funny because all the southern states have a different southern accent.
When I've lived in most of them, so I have an eclectic southern accent.
There you go.
So
a little bit it is.
I want to go. I want to tell you guys too that on my Blue Sky page, you can see that the rest of that Bernie video. You can also see that it's a really good article. The John Pavlovitz.
Yes.
Is that his name? Yeah.
The pastor from North Carolina.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wrote that. I read the whole thing. It's so good. It's too long to like read on the air or whatever, but
I really like his writing and
yeah.
his
Where the hell
messages.
did it go?
It's on your Blue Sky.
Oh, I can't find it.
It's definitely there.
Go to John.
I've posted a couple things on the Blue Sky lately. I'm learning slowly but surely.
It's a gradual process.
Anything.
Yeah. So it's this article. I'm gonna repost it. So it's connected to my page or whatever. Right?
Your Blue Sky page?
Yeah. Where did it go? It didn't. Oh, fuck. I don't know. It's not letting me share it. No, there it is. Okay.
Do I need a dab yet?
It's It's our new Cold War. We may need to cut ties with Trump supporters, and it's really, really good article. And it's like a lot of. It's also a little lethargic. You know what I mean? It makes you. It's kind of like, oh yeah, that's of course. I mean, I tried to get rid of. I've stopped being friends with people who are Trump supporters, and I just can't do it. I can't deal with it anymore. I can't. Now,
fuck you.
You literally have exposed yourself to be a total racist, a bigot, an asshole, and voting is stupid and stupid. To vote against
or
your own
you have
best
such
interest.
a deep lack of curiosity or a deep lack of concern or care for this country and the people around you that I really don't want to be your friend.
You got to add woman hating motherfucker to that list. I know when I confront them, and I do. Oh, I just had 200 more pages finally made up yesterday. I finally got over there and had my pages made up to pass out.
Right.
As I'm tearing them a new asshole out in the public at large.
It's great. I love it.
This is what you voted for, you woman hating motherfuckers.
Should have seen us in the Dairy Queen the other day. Mark's Asian, and here we are walking into the Dairy Queen, and some little maggot whatever thought she's gonna walk up right on Mark's back, like he's like trying to pay for his stuff, and she's there where she could practically read inside his wallet. And I held my cool. I held my cool.
I didn't even
as soon as she got up to the register, I walked right up and stood right over her ass like, bitch, try it.
Yeah,
Try
I didn't
me.
even notice.
Try me.
Try me
I'm
out for
not in
size.
this
I
fucking-
fit like a fucking glove. Just try me.
Just try me. I'm wound tighter than shit. You don't
I'll wrap
want
around
to.
you like a fucking Playtex girdle.
Oh my
Just
God, the
try
woman
me.
has not seen a chihuahua mixed with a piranha mixed with a freaking dynamite.
So Benny Loco, a reminder, Sick of It wants you to share your gas pump story.
Yeah, no, I was getting my gas as you do, and I was tickled because it was only $3.49 a gallon, which is cheap out here in California.
Yeah,
It's
really good.
a normal price, let's just say. And little old man, probably 70, no older than 75. But I don't give a fuck how old these motherfuckers are. Okay, it's
They're old
mostly
enough to know
little
better.
men that did this. Okay, and they're fucking doting wives. But he pulled up, for gas, and I could see immediately his fucking "Make America Great Again" hat. So I'm standing there and I can feel my heart. And I'm like, oh my God, please give me some strength. Some strength. Somebody might have me on video posted on YouTube giving it to this guy with both barrels. Because everybody heard me. As much as I tried to reel it in, everybody heard me, and I let him know on no uncertain terms that he was a cocksucker, a traitorous motherfucker, that he took our bodily autonomy away with his vote, and I hope he gets the fucking Ethiopian clap. You know, I couldn't think of enough horrible things to say to this little man. And he's looking at me like, I maybe shouldn't have stopped for gas right now.
Maybe you ought to turn around and head tail back out of California.
But if I see him again, you know, same guy, if I see him again and he's local, he's going to get it again. I pull up behind this truck. We're going to turn onto the highway, and the guy in front of me has got, you know, the whole fucking Trump fucking worship bullshit going on. No,
same gas
different
station.
Different guy.
Okay.
And I had my last flyer, and I jumped out of my car at the stop sign, and I went right up to his window, and I knocked on it. I said, oh, you like Donald Trump, huh? You like a fucking pedophile, huh? Here's the list. Here's the list from the Miami case. This is who you voted for, you dumb motherfucker. Fuck you. And then I got back in my car because he couldn't get out of there quick enough. But I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm going to call every one of these motherfuckers out. I got my list. I'm going to hand it to them. Here, this is what you voted for.
Mm-hmm.
You dumb motherfuckers.
Now you guys know why I wanted to do a podcast with Benny Loco. What the fuck is Ethiopian clap?
Nothing, okay? It fits.
And anyone who wants to buy Benny Loco a ream of printer paper, send Cash App or Venmo.
That would be cool. Well, actually, I get them at the little store over here because I get to go talk to the little girl who vents with me. We vent together. And, you know, I think, I don't know, what was it? It's $10, 10 cents a sheet.
Wait.
It printed out.
And I'm still stuck on, what'd you say? Playtex pantyhose garter belt? What'd you say?
Then I get wrapped around them like a Playtex girdle. You know, and they're not getting out of it. They're not getting out of it. The snaps are in the back. They're not getting out of it. I don't care if they run.
We need to pin this on them. We need to pin this all over those little red.
Every single chance we get. You see somebody,
pin it all over them.
Say something, rub it right up their fucking ass.
Indie Roxy said, Ethiopian clap is my new band name.
Seriously, guys. It's time for the testicle march. It's the testicle march. Get your testicles out. Even if you have testicles, use your testicles as a double weapon. Hi, Brian.
By the way, I just got a text message for those that are in the DC area. Tomorrow, February 12th at 4 p.m. at the Capitol grounds, there's going to be a gathering to protest the dismantling of the Department of Education.
Oh, I'm an ex-teacher. I should be there.
You should be there. You should be making signs tonight.
I should. Maybe I might. If I'm feeling up for it, I will. I don't want worse pneumonia, but I should go over there anyway.
It's the corner of Independence Avenue and 1st Street Southeast for those in the DC area. 4 p.m. tomorrow. At the
Nice.
Capitol
Benny,
grounds.
can you see the chat?
No. I'm on my. It's on my TV, but it's too tiny.
Lindsay Leiter says Benny Loco is the boa constrictor made for maggot meat.
I'm being swallowed by a Benny constrictor. Yeah, no, my husband calls me Pitbull in a skirt for a reason.
Oh God, that's so funny.
That's one of the things that made him fall in love with me was my ability to not take any shit from anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta say, by the way, I'm sorry I wasn't here for a while there, guys. We had a really rough flight coming back
You had
here. and
pneumonia,
24 hours away, but
Lizzie.
then
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
had pneumonia.
You had pneumonia. It's
When you have
okay.
pneumonia,
Yeah.
you have to take a break.
So, thank you.
We
It went
understand.
We're
so
just
Listen,
glad
I
to
might
see you
show
up
up.
and beautiful again.
I might show
Thank
up with
you.
a black eye or a broke nose, or because one of these motherfuckers are going to reach out and try to touch me. I just know it.
They're
So
scared
if
of
I
you,
do,
Benny.
that's where it came from, and boy, it's going to be a good story.
I
Benny,
would
they're
take that
scared
as
of
a
you.
badge of honor, honestly.
Oh yeah, of course.
Wear it proudly.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I could write,
Elizabeth is
Donnie
doing much
did
better than
this.
she was
Dinky
2
did
days
this.
ago.
Yeah.
He's taking good care of me.
I know.
Motherfuckers.
Well, Mary, I'm so glad you can't stop laughing. That's what we're here for. Because if we don't laugh, we're going to fucking start bawling.
Or screaming.
Or
screaming.
other worse.
Yeah. That's kind of why I like Bert.
I thought. Oh.
It's ki-
I have these images, and I have a very
kind of why I
Vivid.
liked Bernie's video, because he was like, he had that righteous indignation that I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking for, is righteous indignation. You know?
Yeah, who the fuck do they think they are anyway?
It's not allowed. This is illegal.
punks.
This is not a thing. There is no Doge. It's not a thing.
They tried to rip off a liquor store like they've done our treasury. They'd have their asses kicked before they could get to the concrete.
No shit.
Outside.
Yeah,
It's a fucking
before they get to the
illegal
sidewalk.
entity. If we actually had a Justice Department, they would have locked those fuckers up already.
Well, if we had a Justice Department, we wouldn't have this problem.
And on that note, Jamie Raskin is compiling a class action lawsuit against Elon and his cronies for accessing our data. It's
And
fairly
those
new.
fuckers-
I was looking for information to provide everybody on how they can get involved in it, but there's not much out there right now. So just keep your eyes out for that. It's a class action lawsuit. So every American whose information was accessed should be able to be a part of that lawsuit.
Wow.
Right on. Right on.
Isn't that everyone?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Well, everyone's put at risk at the very least.
I'm telling you, from here on
Everyone's-
out, if somebody steals my identity, it's Elon's fault.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's Elon's fault.
Yep. Yeah. No, 100%. Anything happens, the fucking economy crashes, it's Trump's fault. I don't care. It's all their fault. And I don't want to hear a thing about Democrats, and I don't want to hear about a fucking thing about Biden. Not a fucking peep. You know, normally, you know, the president rides in on this great fucking economy, right? And you try to keep it rolling, you know, like that's normal.
Yeah, don't fuck it
no.
up.
No. He wants to fucking take this fucking shit down. He owns the goddamn post office. We got Louis DeJoy still in that fucking place. Nothing can
Tell
be
me about
done. How come Trump can put Louis DeJoy in, but Biden can't get him out? It's like fucking bullshit. I'm so like sick and tired of this like bureaucracy. You stop playing by the fucking rules that don't exist anymore.
This is why, because we have a complicit Republican Party who has managed to buffalo their people into thinking they're looking out for them. And the ones that are too chicken shit to be a part of that are actually retiring or joining the cabinet.
Did you see?
Or they're disappearing and trying to run for governor of Ohio. Vivek, really?
Did you see the compilation of people trying to point out the Gulf of America on a map? Trump
Fucking
supporters.
Google cave.
Well, they can't even find Gulf of Mexico. What the hell are they going to look for Gulf of America? Shit.
Because there's nothing important or pressing to do. Let's rename shit.
Let's rename shit.
Get
and
rid
then,
of paper straws
Yeah.
and stop minting
Yeah.
the penny. And
Rename
take
that
Greenland.
laws.
he can't do
Take
that.
Greenland, but
Contemplate our
name it
face
Red,
on
White,
that
and Blue
Mount
Land.
Rushmore.
It's insane. Hey,
From Shannon.
Hey, Shanji, how you doing, honey?
I'm doing fine. I just wanted to tell you a little something I found out on the Sons of Liv podcast the other night. I was
Loved it.
watching the replay, and they had these wonderful people on them by the name of Blueglass and oh darn it, I hate my dyslexia. Hang on a second. Yeah, Driftglass and Blue Girl.
Blue Gal.
Blue Gal.
Yes.
Yeah, we're all fans of the Sons of
someone
Liberty.
mentioned in that group, well, Nazis need a safe space, and then evidently something was mentioned a second later about a gravesite, and I had my little artistic brain cell going, do I want to draw a guillotine with that? Why not both? Because I mean like that.
Well, wait. What did somebody say on Stephanie Miller? Mark, you might remember.
You still there?
Yeah. Can you hear us? Can you hear us?
Is my internet being wonky?
Okay. I don't know. All right. Well, Shan, thank you for calling in, honey.
You're welcome.
So,
Thank you, Shan.
this is like my
you, Shan.
favorite trans joke that I've heard so far, and that's that Donald Trump's gravesite will be a transgender or like a gender neutral
Gender neutral. bathroom. Yes.
Good.
A little gender neutral.
So any of us can pee there or poop there.
I mean, I suck at telling jokes, but when I heard that, I was just like, "Oh my god, that's hilarious!"
We need to have a porta potty over it, like a porta potty mausoleum.
When Sons of Liberty was streaming the other day, I threw it out there as I do. How about you come on the show? And he said he'd love to.
That'd be terrific.
Doug, who's from Political Drain Channel and also works with Sons of Liberty, has my information. He's going to give it to Sons of Liberty channel, and they're going to email me, and we're going to set up a date, and we're going to have him here.
I love that. I
Oh
love
my
Big
gosh.
Sarge. She's so freaking cool.
That's the
I do
best
too.
news ever. That's
Right on.
really good news. I'm really stoked for that. We're all big fans.
Sometimes you got to be a squeaky wheel.
Well, Spike and turned me on to them. I had
Yeah, Spike and us. I remember that too.
I'm
part of the Discord.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
a
a
great
new
community.
person. I'm a new person to it, but I love this show. And
it's
I
fantastic.
I wish I was better at
I
Discord.
fucking love his videos. I
Yeah.
love his videos. He talks just like me, except he's got a much more gnarly beard. You know? I mean,
and he's got a cute kitty.
my chin's trying to grow a beard. It totally is.
Yeah. So I'm definitely a fan. I know everybody else here is too. And I've just been out of it. You know what I mean? I've been taking care of my mom, and it's been a nightmare. And and it's been like, pretty much since like a decade. So now I have all this time, and I don't know what to do with myself. Shit.
Probably be shoveling snow here soon.
You'll find something. Something will fill that little thimble of time you think you have.
I know.
Something will run right along, fill it right up.
Yeah. But I just
You can always
today
count on it.
I slept in, I stayed on the couch, watched TV until the show, and I just took a shower and ate some food and just like, you know what I mean? Like I just chilled out today. I'm like, I don't want to deal with anything. So, it's, I just needed a day.
Also, The Enemy Within. I'm trying to get him on the channel. He's a truck driver. And so consequently, he rolls around the roads with a lot of MAGA.
Oh, wait, let me see. Oh, is that, wait, I think I
Now,
know who
he
you're
bounced
talking
into
about.
the chat the other day, into my chat, because I left a message on his last video, and I was like, come on over, so that he could get a gist of what he's very kind, let's just say.
It's
You know, he
called
tries
envy.
not to swear. He tries to, he tries to be a gentleman. And I wanted him to get a little dose of what we're doing over here. So we weren't live, but so I told him to come over to my channel where I did live, and he came over, and I immediately wrapped him in a smoking jacket.
That's another word, AKA a wrench. That's a smoking jacket.
So
Well,
he's
what's his
he's
handle?
stuck, yeah.
What's his handle?
The enemy within.
The enemy.
Is it the enemy within or the enemy from within?
I don't
His
know.
name
I
is
haven't heard
Josh.
that. Hello
Very
from
cool
Morocco.
channel.
Pissed off the dinky
The
mofo.
enemy within.
Hi, Ida. Ada's from
Ada.
Morocco. It's the
I-
coolest thing ever.
Oh, I've always wanted to go to Morocco.
Oh yeah. Oh, North
This-
Africa.
Don't they have really good hash in Morocco?
Caves full of it. And then it's just right across the Strait of Gibraltar, and you could go to the Great Mosque at Cordoba.
Lindsay is
You could
asking,
go
is it
to-
against all enemies?
Drink against all enemies, maybe?
The enemy
No,
within.
the enemy within.
Okay.
I found it.
Yeah. But yeah, there's beautiful things, and drink some good Spanish wine. Yeah, there are good things in life to be savored, but we're losing our alliances very quickly. We need to get this bastard out the dough. And I hope God dang hope we don't have to call on the UN or or NATO to help us get out of this mess.
Oh, well,
for some
pray they
bizarre
might.
reason- For some bizarre reason, my spidey senses say they're already involved.
Oh, of course they are. They're trying to help us.
I'm like, yeah, they're here. They're just waiting for that right
I'm so
moment.
sorry. I'm so sorry, Canada. I'm so sorry, Mexico.
Oh, my
I'm
God.
so sorry, all of our
Greenland.
NATO allies. I really am sorry that we have this many stupid people.
And the thing is, our allies will
And
not
greedy.
share. It's going to get to the point where they are not going to share secrets with the United
No.
States.
Well, they already aren't. They can't. How can they?
Yeah, no,
They'll
they
wind up in
can't.
Mar-a-Lago shitter.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
America first. No, America isolated. America alone. America, you're on your own.
And America,
Yeah.
you're vulnerable to every
Yep.
enemy you've ever had, from Asia to freaking the steppes of freaking Siberia to the freaking Arabian Peninsula. I mean, freaking
And
hell.
that puts our troops in battle.
It puts our troops, it puts our
Around
people, it
the
puts
globe.
our homeland at risk around the globe. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So anyway, we're globally fucked. So anyway, Diane, anything else? No.
Sorry.
Well, that's why it's important that you talk to these people at large in the street and let them know that you're pissed and why you're pissed. Oh God, my power just went out.
happy to pull them over
You
by
lost your
their.
power, Penny.
Yeah,
still there.
because my house is so old. My circuit breakers are just, the newest thing added to the house, and they're fucking 25, 30 years old. So somebody turned something else on, and now I have no power.
All right.
Not until I go out and trip the circuit breaker, because I'm the only one here that can do it. Can't chase randemonium. Get down those stairs on that steep ass hill we live on, and go around the corner and go back up the hill and hit the circuit breaker, will you?
Huh.
Modern homes have circuit breakers inside.
Yes.
Just saying.
Yes, they do.
And they have had for a very long time. Fuck. I'm just glad they're not screwing, fuses or those barrel fuses. Fucking. At least they stepped up to circuit breakers, but like I said, they're all old and antiquated as well. So I'm gonna go and turn my power back on. I'll be right back.
Okay. Yeah, I love the what's his, the angry bartender. I love him too. He's great. I like his shorts. They're hilarious. And he's been, stop putting, well, he's still putting stuff on TikTok, but he came to YouTube and he's getting a huge reaction. People really like him. So, and no, he's a cool guy. We like the Angry Ginger. We like Boston Brian. We like iHip News. The iHip podcast, the I've Had It podcast. They're great. In fact, we've got lots of drops from them. And I could not wait to play some of them for you guys.
Colossal shit stirred. I like a big penis.
These are drops we grabbed from the show.
What a pussy. I mean, just a titty baby deluxe.
Oh, we were having so much fun.
She's America's greatest penile shamer. I have had it with you.
Oh, I got to tell the backstory. Okay, so they have people call in sometimes, and they can leave a message. And she's like, this maggot came into my bar wearing the fucking hat, and it was totally annoyed.
Call from Super Saint.
Hey, Super Saint, hold on for a second, okay?
No problem, babe.
So the bartender is called in. She's like, this maggot came into my bar wearing the hat and everything. And she goes, I just started barking at him. And I'm not talking little, like little barks. No. This is how she barked at him. Go ahead, Super Saiyan. I think it's so funny. Go ahead.
Best laugh.
Go ahead, honey. What's going on?
Well, I'm doing a 2-day colonoscopy prep. Ugh. But anyway, I wanted to call and let y'all know that I have been making a bunch of phone calls. And I also wanted to mention tomorrow in D.C., Cliff Cash, he is one of the people that did the 14th Now March with Jessica Denson regarding the 14th Amendment, Section 3.
Mm-hmm.
He is also a great one to follow. He does short clips on YouTube calling out MAGA and to their face and basically just tells them like it is. But anyway, tomorrow in front of the Russian embassy at noon, he wants a protest with signs that say Kash Patel is a Russian asset and things like that. And he wants to make a statement because they had postponed his confirmation hearing till tomorrow or to Thursday. And so he wants to make a statement that lasts noon all the way past dark where people can just come in, for short times. But anyway, I wanted to announce that, but also Cliff Cash is a good follow because he's a comedian, but he's also an activist. But also I've been making a bunch of phone calls, and today I actually called Representative Carter, who represents my area from Texas, and the gentleman that I called numerous times today regarding different subjects, but he was very empathetic regarding HR 722 regarding women's rights for DNC and DNE. And I actually got pretty emotional on it. And he said he's been receiving a lot of phone calls regarding that subject. So make those calls, people, please, please.
Yes.
Be active. Get the 5 call app, please. And it makes it very easy and simple, and it gives you the transcript to follow that's very brief. It gives you the phone numbers. You can make them very short, and it's very quick. You can make a bunch of phone calls and flood the zone with phone calls. Make your voice heard, please.
Right.
And I just love you guys, and I just wanted to amplify that because we have to be heard. The Republicans are loud and they make calls. We have got to flood the zone with phone calls. Please, people.
I agree.
It makes a difference.
Super
But
Saint.
anyway, I just wanted to add
No,
that.
thank you so much for calling. We love you, sweetie. Thank you.
No, I love y'all too, and my condolences, honey.
So,
I love
thanks,
you guys.
sweetie. Thanks.
Okay.
So
Stay
I have
strong. We got this. Bye.
I have a question. Are there videos now on Substack? I heard you can do like what we're doing here.
Yeah. Yes, you
On
can stream on
Substack.
Substack.
Really? Well,
Yes.
I think we're going to have to do that. Does it cost money?
I have no idea. I don't have Substack.
Probably.
Even if your representative or your senator or both are Democrats, it doesn't matter. There were 20
No, it
Democrats
doesn't.
who voted alongside these Republicans on some things, and they
Lean
were
on every one of them. Push. Make them feel it.
Not only that, but
yeah.
Not only that, but there are a couple of days coming up where major protest is being organized as a buyout blackout. So, in other words, you don't buy anything.
Right.
So
President's
I know
Day.
February 28th, the last day of February is the first one I know of.
Yeah.
They're also
President's Day.
I hadn't heard about President's Day.
Well, you know, on President's Day, everybody has their huge President's Day sale, which, you know, is totally not the time to buy anything. They're not fucking dropping any prices. They're just, you know, they raise the price before the sale and drop it back down to where it was after the sale. Yeah,
Sorry to interrupt.
You know what I mean? Fucking.
Sorry to interrupt.
So the first one I'm aware of, and feel free to look into it because I might be missing something, is February 28th, where you do not purchase anything unless it's from a local business or it's a bare necessity. If it doesn't get the attention it needs, then they're going to do it again on 3/15, which is the Ides of March, potentially for 3 days until the people whose pockets it hurts actually pay attention. And that's something that all of us can do. All of us. It doesn't matter what your situation is. You can choose those days to say, I am not giving you my money.
Yeah.
Period.
Have the flu. Have the flu that day.
I know my husband. My husband won't be working those days because it requires us to buy fuel in order for him to go out and mow lawns. So,
yeah,
there you have it.
I also want to make
sorry.
another recommendation. Keith Olbermann has put out a couple of special bulletins on what's been going on. I highly recommend listening to Keith Olbermann's takes on what's going on, because I think he's right the fuck on. He's spot on with all this, and it's too much to post, for us to post.
He's
here.
got to see things from many angles, from behind the camera, from in front of the camera, and everywhere in between.
How media
Even
is
in
being
between the
manipulated.
sheets.
Yeah. The capitulation. Oh, he names names.
Oh, I
He's got
know
a
he does.
long list of names, and when you think about it, you're like, holy shit, I forgot about, will you get me one? I forgot about these people. I forgot about that person. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's exactly what happened. Yeah, when you see it, you're just like...
It slipped my mind before. Admin Tim is the host of the Sons of Liberty. Admin Tim. His name is Tim. So if I could get Tim and Doug on too, that would be both of them. That would be cool.
Yeah, I mean,
But the more noise we make, the more we can collaborate with other people who are making noise, the louder we become.
Yeah, thanks.
All of us as a collective.
Yeah. And I think it's important that, we come together and we have this like coalition, and we're all on the right side of history. We all don't, regardless, we don't like Republicans. We don't like Trump. We don't, you know what I mean? Like, this is lawless. This is what's going on is fucking not constitutional. It's against the goddamn law. I mean,
it's literally the rape of our country.
Yes, in broad daylight
by a sexual predator.
in broad daylight.
Fuck down,
Right up in our treasury.
fuck down, Trump. Fuck down, Trump. Fuck down, Trump.
Look at it. It starts fucking. Look it. Look it.
Fuck down, Trump.
As soon as you started playing it, it started buffering.
Fuck down, Trump.
It started buffering as soon as Tony started playing that.
Interesting. What triggers the buffering?
It's like, whatever.
Oh.
That's why we call him Dinky.
Yeah, Stinky Dinky.
We call him Dinky, and we try to use other names. Like Twatstica. That's
The wordsmith over here.
yes.
Not so feeling wordsmithy today, but I'm sure others will come out eventually. But
Oh,
thank
yeah.
you very much.
You're getting better. You're getting your mojo back.
Yeah,
I'm getting
it's
my mojo
definitely
back
a coup.
slowly.
It's a fascist coup. It's a fascist takeover. You know. And
So
I
a
don't.
hostile takeover of the federal government.
It is. I've never seen anything like this before. Can you imagine if like Obama
I have. It's not here.
or Biden did anything like
years
this?
ago, see.
Yeah, just happens elsewhere.
All right.
Call from Super Saint.
Well, it's traditional. She always calls in twice. Go ahead, Super Saint.
Sorry, I forgot to mention one more thing. To stand up for our migrants,
Oh,
people with
yeah.
green cards, and our undocumented neighbors. And if you follow on YouTube, lawyer Martinez, she will give the breakdown of the immigration laws and give you actual things that you can do to protect their constitutional rights, because they do have rights here, and also DACA people. But anyway, she's very precise. She knows she's an immigration lawyer, and if she gives you actual steps that you can do to protect them and let them know their rights and also your rights if you have any, family or people that they come after if they knock on your door.
Right.
Because a lot of the time they'll be going to court for their case, and they will stop them on their
They'll be
way
harassed.
leaving the case. And so this is what you can do to protect them. If you see any ICE members that are, agents that are harassing, but this is, and also they're going after Indigenous and First Nations people as well. And this will also give you, she gives you things that you can do to protect them as well, because they're not going after criminals because they can't find any immigrant criminals, because as we know, that population, they want to become citizens, so they're very low crime rate. But anyway, I just wanted to add that because that's very important that we stand up for them.
No, for
And
sure.
I
agree.
love you guys.
What was the
We
name
forgot to
again?
say
What was
that.
her name again?
Okay.
All the
What was her name
All
one
our
more time?
Attorney
vulnerable and
Martinez,
marginalized communities we need to be there.
Martinez.
Say it one more time because
anyway, she was
Elizabeth
on
was talking.
Attorney Martinez, Martinez, and
Okay.
she was on a podcast with Jasmine Crockett.
Okay.
And so she was talking about, she breaks it down very simple. She has little shorts as well, and
Okay.
very precise. She's great.
Thank you,
very
Super
much. I
Saint.
just
We're
wanted to
always
say that.
looking
Love
for
you guys.
good people.
Okay.
Thank you, babe.
Bye-bye.
Thanks.
Thank you so much.
Thank
I
you,
like
Super
it when
Saint.
I like it when we can spread the word about people who are doing the job, right? You know what I mean? Like Mark Elias is on one end of it, with all the election fraud, and this chick is on the immigration end of it and giving you guys the real deal, Holyfield, of what's going on there. So, I think it's important that we also go ahead, Benny. That we support each other.
Vicky's, it's all one word. Vicky's Town Chronicles. It's the Latino movement. She's documenting the Latino movement in the United States, and it's fucking phenomenal.
Wow.
So to support that channel would be helping her support the Latino movement.
Okay.
So
Yes, if you're
Vicky's
a member,
Town Chronicles.
I found it.
if you're a member of a racially protected class or whatever protected class or not, Stand in the damn breach. I will.
Yeah.
If someone looks to me and they're in distress and I see ICE agents, I'll get between the ICE agents and I don't give a shit how much, what they're packing.
Right there
They can
with
pack it the
phone
fuck up.
Or
take me with them.
Yeah, I'd be like, I want to see that warrant. Is it signed by a judge? Is it legal? Is it signed by a judge? I want to see it.
Damn right. Damn right.
Oh,
There's
and by
law.
the way, it's probably in English, so you fucking assholes.
Yep.
Yeah, Vicky's Town Chronicles. Vicky's Town Chronicles.
You see someone being harassed near a bathroom, someone who's gay being pushed around, step
Anywhere.
in the breach.
Yeah.
Step
You
up.
see
These assholes
something,
fold
say
like
something.
freaking playing cards.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to let everyone know that if you're concerned about the fact that we're not getting proper medical information from the government currently, the American Medical Association has a YouTube channel.
I saw
and
that.
they are putting the information out there. So go subscribe to the American Medical Association. They're providing updates on pretty much everything. I just saw one about the tuberculosis outbreak in Kansas. And the measles outbreak in Texas. So,
Okay, I've got an update thanks to our.
It's not taking long for it to all go to hell on that card, is it? It just goes to show how delicate.
Hey, thanks, Moms. No cost to stream and publish on Substack. This is what Moms posted. If you turn on subscriptions, you keep 90% of revenue. So thank you, Moms.
Okay. Good to know. Benny, what were you saying?
Was I saying something?
Oh. No, and we're you know. I agree with the take of wait a couple days before you start freaking out, because then the story unfolds and Trump is back down. These people like Matt Gaetz didn't get in, blah, 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 all this stuff. Well, now that we see the bigger picture, Elon has shut down or infiltrated every agency that was investigating him, Starlink or Tesla or whatever, for safety violations and all this shit. He was on the hook for hundreds of millions of dollars.
Yep.
With these lawsuits. And now, poof, they're gone. He's doing this for his own best interest and for the interest of other millionaires, and I don't give two shits what anybody says.
He's doing the same thing to our government as Donald Trump is doing to Panama. You see, I owe you money, so I'm going to sue you instead of paying you.
Right.
Well, he's skimming the money off of every little thing he's abusing. What he's doing
done
is
that
trying
his
to figure out a
entire
way
life. That's how
to get at
he has made businesses fucking fold.
Oh,
well, money's been allocated already by Congress.
Hold
so
on.
what he's doing is he's going in there. What, Diane?
The tax cuts that he did for the rich in his first administration ends in 2025. It ends this year.
Yep.
So he's trying to scramble and get all the fucking money so that he can give more tax cuts to the fucking billionaires, and the rest of us have to fucking pay the goddamn bill. So
yeah, he doesn't have to get the money to pay the billionaires. He's already got that in the bag with the Republicans in the Congress and the Senate. The thing is that if those two Florida races go against him and the one in New York goes against him, then he's in some hurts. Now he can't pay his bills back to his little buddies got him in office. But the point is saying is that it's more of a, he's now put the kibosh on the Department of Education, right? All that money that would have otherwise gone, even for one day, to the U.S. Department of Education is now being funneled into his little pocket.
Yeah.
Even if it goes right back to the way it was every other day, he's skimming that little bit of delay, that little bit of money off the top of every little piece of thing he can get.
This is what would have been spent in 3 days. And that's mine now.
That's mine now. And now he's doing what he's doing is he's like a cocaine addict digging in the carpet for little crumbs of drugs.
Yep.
Carpet farmer.
I picture what's her name with the vacuum cleaner. What's her name? Carrie Lake.
It just,
I haven't heard from her lately.
My God.
Yeah, speaking of who, disappeared a little bit, didn't she?
So
I was going to say, where did he put her where she is working but not being seen?
Right,
Yeah,
right,
very
right.
good question.
Exactly.
Who?
I can't hear myself talking.
Harry Lake.
Oh, right.
Hairy legs. Yeah. I can't.
Hairy legs?
I'm sorry, guys. I can't hear because
I'm still. Yeah.
I was kind of hoping for a while there that we would find Dinky DOA face down in Carrie Lake, but it didn't happen. Or it did happen. We just didn't get any news of it.
So why do I have to have that picture in my head now, Benny?
I don't
Make it go away!
They pop up in your head, aren't they?
Oh my God. I am so vivid in my imagination.
Oh my God.
Oh,
The,
it's too funny.
the more we make noise, the more we resist, the harder we push, the less chance they have of doing complete collateral damage, you see.
Yeah.
So we have to stay on top of every fucking thing, and make sure that we can put, even if it's just a thimbleful of energy, put it into that. Put it everywhere you can.
Wait, did you slip
one thing?
Go ahead.
One thing I wanted to bring to everyone's attention, because I'm not seeing a lot of coverage on this story. But if you or someone you know lives near Navajo, the Navajo Nation, be aware they're now transporting uranium through the Navajo Nation in open trucks with minimal regulation.
Who's doing this?
Do the tribal chiefs know?
Yes. Yes,
Okay.
they do. And they're
Are they
trying to
protecting-
stop it. But once again, the U.S. government, headed by Dinky, they don't care.
Don't call it the U.S.
They
government.
need some-
Call it Dinky's government.
What is it they take? The tablets you take for poisoning?
Iodine.
Yes, they need those.
Iodine. Yeah. So again, I've seen maybe one report about this story, and it doesn't provide a lot of information. So just keep an eye out for that. And if you or someone you know is around there, let them know. Stock up on iodine.
Yeah.
I take iodine regularly because I live very close to a nuclear power plant. So
Right, but if you eat kosher salts, you're not getting your iodine intake as it is. Now, if you don't have that extra to absorb that radiation,
Well, so the iodine that is in salt, it's strictly there to improve thyroid function. It's not a dose large enough to do anything
help. No.
for radiation. You actually have to take iodine supplements.
Right. You're already, if you're using, what I was suggesting is if you're already using kosher salt, you should be having some iodine
Yes.
supplement. If you do
Yes.
not have them, you still need big time to keep enough in your system to get this shit. Wow.
Jesus
That's
Christ.
deep.
That's fucking it's just evil.
Well,
it's
of course it is.
sadistic. It's sadistic.
It's deeply evil.
I've been screaming
Everything
he's a
they do is
sadist
evil.
forever. I want everybody to start calling him sadistic, because that's what that fucking is. Pure, straight up
Yes, it is.
sadism.
Mm.
I'm sick and tired of screaming it and nobody ever uses it. He's a lot of things, but he's really sadistic.
You have to go read my comments I leave all over fucking YouTube there, Diane, if you don't think I'm using that word.
I've been out of it, right? I've not been...
I drop it everywhere I go.
I've been listening to a
Let
lot of
everybody
videos.
know.
I have not been in chats. I have, you know what I mean? Like, because I have to do something else. I have to, because I don't have the fucking time. You know what I mean? Like, it's been really, really busy. And so, if you
get
saw
some
my calendar,
rose-colored
you'd
love
like be like,
glasses on you.
all of a sudden, it's like every day I got major shit to do. So,
Texting a native friend of mine.
it's just nice to fucking.
You know
talk
what?
today.
You see, the thing is that we can't let any of this disrupt our flow of love, which is
That's
one
right.
of the things that this attack is meant to do, to attack your
Make us hate.
sense of love. So
Yeah.
don't let that happen.
Diane, I think that's a perfect intro to our viewer submission. If you're still wanting to read it,
Yeah.
or have me read it.
Yeah, you want to read it?
I'm happy to read it. So as they've been posting in the chat, viewers, we welcome you to submit things for us to read on the show. Let's take the call and then we'll go back to it.
Sure, we'll go with Edward Morbius, whatever.
We got Morbius calling. You guys know who that is. Wink, wink, wink.
Yes,
wink.
Morbius.
Yeah, don't-
Foremost, happy anniversary.
Thank you, Morbius. Thank you for calling in.
Happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary. I won't go through the rest.
Thank you.
We've all aged
But
10
you know,
years in the
well,
last 12
you're very
months.
welcome for me not going through the rest. If you look at what's going on and you have any idea around data privacy, which luckily one of us on the phone does, it's all completely illegal unless you give someone positive attestation that you are allowed to take my financial records and do something with them, which we have all done by filing our taxes with the Treasury Department, not with anyone outside of the Treasury Department, unless you've given them separate positive attestation. Now, I know that President Musk was in the Oval Office today, and I know he had his little kid there, and I know that he tried to make it all cute and everything, but the bottom line is that fucker is breaking the law as much as his buddy who thinks he's president does.
Yeah.
It's insane
Yes.
to think how many laws are being broken. I can name them off the top of my head. CCPA, CPRA, the Texas Consumer Protection Act, the Oregon Consumer Protection Act. Ironically, a lot of these things would be really overseen at a federal level if we had a federal law, which we don't, it's state by state, by the Consumer Financial Protection Board. So seeing as they got rid of that, they're
they just
pretty
took
much
that
opened
away.
up to do whatever the fuck they want to do.
Oh my God, it's so scary. So
It's not scary to me. It's fucking infuriating,
Yeah,
and that's my fuel. My fuel is my anger. You understand?
Yeah.
My question, Morbius,
The
is
outrage.
my question is this.
Welcome being Irish.
My question is this, Morbius. What do you see? How do you see an end game? Like how they won't impeach him. Nobody's can arrest him. How can this be stopped?
He's put all the illegal shit off to the South Africans, so they can basically put a stop to the South African at one point or another through the courts. But it's going to take a while, and you know how this administration loves to run through appeals. And the appeals might even run through the end of the administration. So it's going to be a long, long game. He's trying to run as many, for lack of better terms, he's trying to run as many balls for a ballless administration across the line as they can. Whether they count or not, some of them are going to stick. Some of them are going to count. But, you know, they're hoping that the actual judiciary isn't going to stop them enough across the board. And especially if they spread it out, where it's like, well, that really wasn't us. That was DOGE. Which, by the way, they say is Doge, but I always call it doggy, because they should be done doggy style. And they're really just they're playing the hope game that, like, nobody's going to be able to stop this. Nobody's going to figure out the legality behind it, because they've confused things so much. But the bottom line is that he's not a Treasury employee. None of his programmers are Treasury employees. If you wanted to find where there was actual grift going on in the government, you would hire accountants, not programmers.
That's right.
Right.
And it's crazy that we've let it go this far, but we've let it go this far, and that's where we're at right now. Like I say, he was just in in the White House showing everyone that this is his White House. Not anyone else's. Not
Laws don't matter
Trump.
to him.
Not anybody else's. He's the one that owns
Morbius,
it. And he's the one that's going to make the policy for the next couple of years because he's the one that's going to make billions on it. And nobody gives two shits. Nobody cares that eggs are now $18.99 a fucking dozen. And the funny part is that chicken wings didn't go up. How does that happen?
I don't know.
That's a whole thing.
They're
Chickens
frozen?
can lay eggs all day long, but chicken wings are only sustainable to 2 per chicken. But chicken wings didn't go up in prices. What the
Usually.
fuck?
The thing is, you got this bird flu though. We're dealing with also.
And unless you got a one-legged chicken, ass kicking.
The thing is,
One-legged chicken.
the South African does not have this immunity that the orange motherfucker has.
Yeah, but who's gonna stop him? Because he owns the FBI. He owns all the fucking agencies.
He doesn't own the FBI. He's pissed off the FBI.
Yes.
Well, he owns.
You know
the
what he owns?
They
He
don't have his
probably
back.
owns Epstein's list.
Trust me, they don't have his back. He wants to fire those. He wants to fire them.
Yeah,
He doesn't have to
He's
have
putting him
FBI.
through a loyalty test. If you listen to Keith Olbermann, he said that now he's fired everybody, but you can get rehired if you answer these questions correctly, as far as Dinky is
Fucking
concerned.
loyalty questions.
And one,
Isn't that Billy
one
Gates
is,
gruff? You can pass over this bridge if you answer me these questions 3.
yeah. And so it's like one of them was like, was the 2020 election stolen? Yes
You
or
look
no?
at yourself in the mirror too much.
Yeah, and the scariest one that really gave Keith Olbermann chills was, who's your real boss? That's fucked up. It's just straight up
Does
fucked up.
Donald give you a hard on?
I mean,
Question 14.
I like a big dick. I like a big penis.
Now, he's been taking applications for the last couple of years to fill all these seats he's trying to vacate in every fucking department.
At least he renamed it to the Gulf of Little Dick Energy.
Oh my God.
right?
I saw somebody put on Blue Sky, the Gulf of Donald Trump is a pedophile.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's why he won't release any of the Epstein files. He's releasing shit on
That's
JFK,
not
but not on
being driven
Epstein.
home
Come
by
on.
anybody. Nobody fucking talks about that.
why didn't anybody, from the time they were available to be released, why didn't anybody do it? Why didn't, again, bye-bye Merrick Garland. You can just shove it right up your little square little freaking ass.
Well, we know why the Biden administration.
Find the rest of us to
and that's,
Auschwitz.
honestly, it's because you know that probably Bill Clinton is on that list. But I don't care about the Clintons, and I don't care about Bill Clinton.
I don't give a
Let's
shit who's
release
on
the
that list.
because we know that Trump is on that fucking list.
I agree.
If
you
Bill
broke the
Clinton's on that
law,
list,
you
he
should
goes
have
just
to
go
pay
down
the
right.
consequence.
That's right. He can go right
Bill
down.
Clinton
it
isn't
should
in
all be
power of
public
anything
knowledge.
right now.
These are positions of public trust. This is bullshit.
Yes.
We play this one.
So if you fucking broke the law, you have to pay the consequence.
Right.
Well, apparently they don't these days because there
all
is
of
no
us
law.
have to, so they should have to
the party
as
of
well.
law
There
and
you're
order
right.
would be following that, but the party of law and order is saying that, well, the law doesn't apply to us. We don't have to follow what the
that's
court
it.
The
says.
president was convicted of 34 felonies.
Benny
Yeah.
Loco, I am so mad about that part of it because
So
they've
far,
destroyed our
by the way,
justice
so
department.
far.
There were 91 originally. There were 91
Give it another
felony
4 years,
counts.
there'll be more.
Yeah. So, Morbius, is there anything else you'd like to add?
I'd like to add that I'm really rooting on this asteroid that's coming up the next couple of years. Outside
Team
of that,
asteroid.
get this fucker out of there. I really want to say to everybody, watch very carefully in the next 3.5 years, because there is going to be a big hair transition from what we have now to the William Shatner Turbo 2000 toupee. And we all have to point it out when it happens, because we all know it's going to happen.
We all know it's coming.
We all know that hair ain't lasting for 3.5 years. I'm telling you.
No.
No, it's not.
How about the entire body, the heart? Is that thing in the last 3
What
years?
heart?
Oh, come on,
All that plaque around
cholesterol.
it?
Come on.
We love you,
Okay,
Morbius.
Put that out there. Into
Love you
the
guys. Have a great
atmosphere
show. I'll
that,
listen to the rest.
you know,
All right. Thanks,
Cheers.
sweetie.
Morbius.
Thank you.
Watch it.
Yeah, Morbius is he's our legal scholar. What is it to drop? You are a shitty lawyer. What is it?
You are a disgusting lawyer.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Period.
disgusting lawyer. And there are plenty of disgusting lawyers out there who will, who know that their client is guilty as fuck.
Yeah.
Yet they defend him anyway. To me, that's a disgusting lawyer. These lawyers should refuse to take cases where they know the people that are asking them to represent them are fucking guilty as hell. No, sorry, can't represent
ethically
you.
supposed to. They're ethically supposed to, or be complicit in the crime.
But that hasn't been that way for a long time, because for a long time there's been a lot of disgusting fucking lawyers.
I know, and Benny Loco, you know what? I think the way you said that was perfect. I wish we had the Rosanna Dana left, the Gilda Radners of the world. The people in Saturday Night Live who are yucking it up. The people, Jimmy Kimmel and Stephen Colbert come at him pretty hard. But still, we need some hard-hitting celebrity power out here. And they're just freaking jacking themselves around or off or whatever up. I don't know.
They're collecting their money. They, that's what that's what they do. Stars collect money.
Yeah. And I'm really disgusted with that so much. I'm just so mad.
Peter in our chat said, I think Biden should have leaned into presidential immunity and make a law, no felons in the White House. I wish he had. I wish he had used that immunity to his advantage.
Yeah.
We already have the law.
I know, but because of the stupid SCOTUS.
Enforce it.
It's
We
because
have all kinds of laws that he's broken. Nobody's enforcing them.
I know,
That's
sweetie,
what the
but when-
biggest travesty is.
That's why
That Bill Barr, that son of a bitch. I hope someone puts a
Bill Barr, Merrick Garland,
in his
you name
ear,
it. There's
a bug in his ear for him to be thinking about.
A bug in his ear.
There's a massive massive list that Keith Olbermann put out in his show. So go check that out. The last couple of days, it's been great. He's putting these people, calling them out. Call the shit out every fucking day.
God, I want to go to DC.
Everywhere.
Well, we call it out
Everywhere.
here.
Everywhere.
That's where we do it. We do it here, and we do it in our chats of the people that we like to follow, and that's
comment sections.
That's where we can
outside
do
the
it.
house, in the bakery, in the fucking supermarket, at the gas pump.
Tony.
It doesn't matter where you call it out. Call it the fuck out.
I think I'm going to go even stir some good trouble here.
I mean, uncomfortable conversation is one thing. That passed. Now we just have to be blunt and direct.
The resistance
Seriously.
at Google has a message for Donald Trump. I love this. And by the way, I think we should do this to the roofs of all of our houses, but it should say F Dinky on it.
Yes, but we also need, yes, it should. We also need to listen to Spike and read from our viewer as well.
Yes. So this is 2 seconds.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Keep going.
I love
Keep going. Keep going. You're getting
You
close.
got it. I love it.
Getting close.
I love it.
There it is. There it is.
I love it. I want one.
I gotta do it. Gotta do it. Gotta do
I'm going to put it on
it.
top of my car. I'm going to put it on the top of my car.
Oh my God, like I needed another brilliant idea. Thank you.
I know. Thank you. Oh, that's good.
I'm on it.
I love that.
We do put out our email, and we do encourage, and if you guys have any stories that you want to tell us and that's too long to put in our chat or whatever, And you can submit it to our email, which is 21stcenturysuffragettes@gmail.com. You are more than welcome to do that, and we encourage you to do it. And we love reading the stories on our show. So, Spy, you want to want to say what's going on here?
So this is a particular favorite of mine. For all of you that get called a liberal as if it's a slur, this is for you guys. Okay. This says, I am a liberal, but that doesn't mean what a lot of you apparently think it does. Let's break it down, shall we? Because quite frankly, I'm getting a little tired of being told what I believe and what I stand for. Spoiler alert. Not every liberal is the same, though the majority of liberals I know think along roughly the same lines. Number one, I believe a country should take care of its weakest members. A country cannot call itself civilized when its children, disabled, sick, and elderly are neglected, period. Number two, I believe healthcare is a right, not a privilege. Somehow that's interpreted as I believe Obamacare is the end-all be-all. That is not the case. I am fully aware that the ACA has problems, that a national healthcare system would require everyone to chip in, and that it's impossible to create one that is devoid of flaws. But I have yet to hear an argument against it that makes let people die because they can't afford healthcare a better alternative. I believe healthcare should be far cheaper than it is, and that everyone should have access to it. And no, I'm not opposed to paying higher taxes in the name of making that happen. Number three, I believe education should be affordable. Doesn't necessarily have to be free, though it works in other countries, so I'm mystified as to why it can't work in the United States. But at the end of the day, there's no excuse for students graduating college saddled with 5 or 6 figure debt. Number four, I don't believe your money should be taken from you and given to people who don't want to work. I have literally never encountered anyone who believes this, ever. I just have a massive moral problem with a society where a handful of people can possess the majority of the wealth while there are people literally starving to death, freezing to death, or dying because they can't afford to go to the doctor. Fair wages, lower housing costs, universal health care, affordable education, and the wealthy actually paying their share would go a long way towards alleviating this. Somehow believing that makes me a communist. Number five, I don't throw around I'm willing to pay higher taxes lightly. If I'm suggesting something that involves paying more, well, it's because I'm fine with paying my share as long as it's actually going to something besides lining corporate pockets or bombing other countries while Americans die without health care. Number six, I believe companies should be required to pay their employees a decent, livable wage. Somehow this is always interpreted as me wanting burger flippers to be able to afford a penthouse apartment and a Mercedes. What it actually means is that no one should have to work 3 full-time jobs just to keep their head above water. Restaurant servers should not have to rely on tips. Multi-billion-dollar companies should not have employees on food stamps. Workers shouldn't have to work themselves into the ground just to barely make ends meet. And minimum wage should be enough for someone to work 40 hours and live. Number seven, I am not anti-Christian. I have no desire to stop Christians from being Christians, to close churches, to ban the Bible, to forbid prayer in school, etc. By the way, prayer in school is not illegal. Compulsory prayer is in school is and should be illegal. All I ask is that Christians recognize my right to live according to my beliefs. When I get pissed off that a politician is trying to legislate scripture into law, I'm not offended by Christianity. I'm offended that you're trying to force me to live by your religion's rules. You know how you get really upset at the thought of Muslims imposing Sharia law on you. That's how I feel about Christians trying to impose biblical law on me. Be a Christian. Do your thing. Just don't force it on me and mine. Number eight, I don't believe LGBT people should have more rights than you. I just believe they should have the same rights as you. Number nine, I don't believe illegal immigrants should come to America and have the world at their feet, especially since This isn't what they do. Spoiler, undocumented immigrants are ineligible for all those programs they're supposed to be abusing. And if they're stealing your job, it's because your employer is hiring illegally. I believe there are far more humane ways to handle undocumented immigration than our current practices, i.e. detaining children, splitting up families, ending DACA, etc. Number 10, I don't believe the government should regulate everything, but since greed is such a driving force in our country, we need regulations to prevent cut corners, environmental destruction, tainted food/water, unsafe materials and consumable goods, or medical equipment, etc. It's not that I want the government's hands in everything. I just don't trust people trying to make money to ensure that their products, practices, etc. are actually safe. Is the government devoid of shadiness? Of course not. But with those regulations in place, consumers have recourse if they're harmed, and companies are liable for medical bills, environmental cleanup, etc. Just kind of seems like common sense when the alternative to government regulation is letting companies bring their bottom line into the equation. Number 11, I believe our current administration is fascist.
Wizzy wants to say something. Go ahead, Wizzy.
Sure.
I do want to add, and I want to say, we've been here before. This is the robber baron era.
Yep.
This is where you owed your soul to the company store. You had to pay your rent to the coal mine. You had to pay your groceries from the coal mine. You got your health care from the coal mine. Everybody, the coal mine.
And
that's all they're doing is they're returning us to that, and all of the New Deal protections that we gained and that we prospered in during the 1950s and 60s was dismantled in the 70s, 80s, 90s, and thousands. Now here we sit right back in the robber baron era. We know how to fix these things.
Yep.
We know what the right thing to do is. We've done this before.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, so I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt, Spiking, but I'm just like,
no.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So number 11.
I get you. Because as I read this, I've read this about 4 times because it hit me hard. It hit me which again, that's why I wanted to share it with all of you. So number 11. I believe our current administration is fascist, not because I dislike them or because I can't get over an election, but because I've spent too many years reading and learning about the Third Reich to miss the similarities. Not because any administration I dislike must be Nazis, but because things are actually mirroring authoritarian and fascist regimes of the past. Number 12, I believe that the systemic racism and misogyny in our society is much worse than many people think and desperately needs to be addressed, which means those with privilege, white, straight, male, economic, etc., need to start listening, even if you don't like what you're hearing, so we can start dismantling everything that's causing people to be marginalized. Number 13, I am not interested in coming after your blessed guns, nor is anyone serving in government, except for Pam Bondi. What I am interested in is the enforcement of present laws and enacting new common sense gun regulations. Got another opinion? Put it on your page, not mine. Number 14, I believe in so-called political correctness. I prefer to think it's social politeness. If I call you Chuck and you say you prefer to be called Charles, I'll call you Charles. It's the polite thing to do, not because everyone is a delicate snowflake, but because, as Maya Angelou put it, when you know better, we do better. Yep. When someone tells you that a term or phrase is more accurate, less hurtful than the one you're using, you know better, so why not do better? How does it hurt you to not hurt another person? Number 15, I believe in funding sustainable energy, including offering education to people currently working in coal or oil so they can change jobs. There are too many sustainable options available for us to continue with coal and oil. Sorry, billionaires, maybe try investing in something else. Last one, number 16, I believe that women should not be treated as a separate class of human. They should be paid the same as men who do the same work, should have the same rights as men, and should be free from abuse. Why on earth shouldn't they be? I think that about covers it. Bottom line is that I am a liberal because I think we should take care of each other. That doesn't mean you should work 80 hours a week so your lazy neighbor can get all your money. It just means I don't believe there is any scenario in which preventable suffering is an acceptable outcome as long as money is saved. Lori A. Witt. Thank you.
Copy.
Thank you for
Please,
your
and share if you want.
Is that on one page, Spiking?
That's
clap.
That's 3 pages
Thank you, Lori.
with expanded text, so it's easier to read. Because I got old eye.
That's really very well put. And the thing is we do have the answers, but we were suffering these same exact usurpations when we separated from the King of England. Being loyalist to the king was conservative. Being a liberal meant loving liberty.
Yes.
As a concept for humans to govern themselves. This is self-governance, and we're fucking it up real good right now.
Yeah.
We need to do better at self-governance. It's hard work. It's messy. And the problem is we're fighting against a very homogenous enemy. They're white landed males with lots of power and money already.
Right.
Yep.
We are everybody else. And so we're messy. And so for us to get on the same page, on the same step with everything, we need to make sure we're not playing that game.
Well, and Wizzy, I would add that they've also had this plan for decades, 50 years. Okay,
Yeah.
so they wanted
Yeah.
to overturn Roe for 50 years. They wanted to overturn the citizens, our civil rights movement. They wanted to, even it started with, they just been chipping away at it bit by bit by bit by bit. We've watched it.
And so power lusty and so greedy and so full of bloodlust, for God's sakes.
Yeah.
They're willing to take help from our enemies to destroy us from within to get what they want. And there's no joke about that. There's no implications.
And
nothing.
I hate to say this, but Hollywood has desensitized us.
Yes, has that video games and all that bullshit.
Yeah,
right.
that it's
How about all the
you know,
movies in the
it's-
80s? All the movies, the disaster movies and the movies in the 80s where they were taking over the White House and you know what I mean? All
Red
this
Dawn,
crazy.
remember that?
Red Dawn, yeah.
Yeah, Red Dawn.
Hunt for Red October.
Wolverines!
Little dick syndrome, little dick energy, like I've never seen it.
Totally.
I told you we got some
I've
good
never
drugs.
seen it.
You've never seen it. Couldn't quite see.
It's never been so
Little dick,
quite so
little
dinky.
dick, dinky winky sticky dick.
Little dick.
She's
right now,
America's
this notion
greatest
that-
penile shamer.
This whole anti-DEI movement, it's the fact that allowing others, elevating others, there's something lost. These fucking white people, there's
listen.
something lost when you allow others in the same opportunities.
Yes.
The FedEx woman.
Not all of them.
Well,
the
not all of them.
FedEx woman.
No, not you. Just
the FedEx woman, the FedEx black woman that delivered my husband's phone today. I literally said to her, "So what do you think about all this DEI shit?" She was like, "Girl." She said, "I'm not happy." I said, "Well, just so you know, neither am I. And this is my channel, 21st Century Suffragettes." Every chance you get, you plug the channel out in public. Do it in public, do it to the people you talk to. If you want to learn more here, come over here. Come over here.
Right.
21st Century Suffragettes.
But even though I want people to,
it's just that the opportunity was there to ask somebody who's directly affected,
right?
Like more than white women, even. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they've always been affected.
Yeah.
Mark, I think one of the phrases that sums up what you were saying, Mark, is those with privilege view equality as oppression.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She
Yeah,
made a
isn't that
makeshift
pathetic?
mushroom.
What a sick, sad bunch of pet pussies.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking.
I mean, they're cowards.
See.
Fucking cowards. They couldn't get out there, compete, or work for any of the shit they have if they had to. They couldn't build a fire with two freaking. I would love to see them on Survivor. I would love to see them on Survivor High Sierra.
I'm just waiting to see them in the fields because somebody's going to have to pick our produce, and I'm pretty sure it's going to end up being MAGA.
Yeah, all the agricultural work that needs to be done. But, the construction jobs, the housekeeping.
I'm sorry.
You're
That's
right.
what I liked about that channel that I shared. Vicky's. I remembered it before. Now I can't remember it.
Vicky's Town Hall.
Yeah, Town Chronicles. Chronicles.
I'm ADHD, y'all. Sorry.
You have to please go over there. Let them know you're from 21st Century Suffragette Channel. Leave it in the comments. Tell them you're behind their cause 100%. Let them know that we stand with you. We have Google Translate now, so anybody can read anything in any chat or in any comment section just by hitting the little thing that says translate. So they'll understand what you're saying, even if they can't read it. They'll still understand.
Huh.
So yeah,
I didn't know that was the thing.
We have to let our Black brothers and sisters and our Hispanic, Latino brothers and sisters know,
Brown people,
that we know we let them down.
Let the brown people know we let them down, and that pink people need to step up.
And that we're willing to take our comeuppance and take a giant step forward into, the for real.
Well, and I
I
also feel like we've been doing the warning. We've been screaming, but we've also had no subscribers and stuck at the bottom of YouTube. So today is our 1 year anniversary. So please like, share, and subscribe the show so we can get to 1,000.
And now we have how many wonderful subscribers?
And hit the thumbs up.
785.
I mean, this started with no subscribers. We were on the phone.
784.
Bullshitting.
This all started as a phone call.
It wasn't right. It wasn't subscribers or any of that. And now we've got 700.
I have ever seen or listened to.
Thank you so much.
We're stronger together. We're more powerful in numbers. The more of us there are, the better we are. The bigger our energy is. It's combined energy, and energy is so powerful.
Tony wants to play this drop.
Everything.
These two women are the most bitter, pessimistic, and crotchety old broads I have ever seen or listened to. And I'm here for it.
And I'm here for it.
Totally here for it.
I'm here for it. I'm here for it. We're done, you guys. Our time is up, but I do want to leave you with this one thing. Somebody posted on Blue Sky, and I reposted it so you can see it on my channel, 21st Century Suffragettes, on Blue Sky. Isn't it strange that only registered Democrats didn't receive requested mail-in ballots in red states? Only Harris supporters' mail-in ballot signatures didn't match and were rejected in swing states? The days before the election, more than 1 million registered Democrats were purged from the Texas voter rolls. That Russian operatives only called in dozens of bomb threats to left-leaning voting locations. Drop boxes only burned in blue in minority districts. The Democrats had record turnout and record voter registration and 20 million less Democrat votes than they did during the 2020 pandemic. That it only took 4 hours to determine Trump won. That after Trump's 63 court cases and dozens of hand recounts contesting the results of the 2020 election, with all of the irregularities, that no one is contesting the results of this election. I mean, just think about all that fuckery right there.
Yeah.
That's enough to throw the election over. And I agree with Jessica Jensen and anybody else who wants to go jump into that one. It was bullshittery fuckery.
It's not a fucking conspiracy. It's
not a conspiracy.
Facts derived from
evidence-based.
Facts derived from evidence, direct evidence.
Greg
So,
So I just want everybody to think about that and repost it and make that go everywhere.
It's fucking gross is what it is.
Yeah, it is fucking gross. Anybody else got any closing statements? Spykin, you got anything?
I just, as Diane mentioned earlier, each time we see these things popping up, just take a moment, take a step back, give it a day or two for it to ruminate, not only with yourself, but so that you can get the information that's going to come up, because there's going to be information that's going to come out. There's going to be people who are going to stand up and put a stop to certain things. And the worst thing that we can do is freak out every time we hear something bad that's happening, because that's what they want us to do, and that will exhaust us the quickest. So
Yes.
Also, if anyone has the opportunity, I highly recommend Ezra Klein did an opinion piece in the New York Times. Don't believe him. A very good opinion piece. There's it's written and there's a video. See if you can find it. Give it a good listen. It explains a lot about the plan that this administration is using, and how to combat it, and how to get through it without driving yourself completely fucking batshit crazy.
without losing your fucking mind.
And I say read the John Pavlovitz Substack that he just put out. It's really, really good. Also, it's the blackout. We're not buying anything on February 28th.
Yeah, February 28th. Now I did see some stuff in the chat after Wizzy mentioned President's Day that there is a buying blackout on that day, and they're calling it Not My President's Day.
Nice.
So, just look into these various protests, but I can guarantee you the ones that, aside from making those calls like Super Saint talked about, aside from doing that, one of the easiest things we can do as the American people is to vote with our dollar. And that's what these days are designed to do. And we need to do it en masse, in unison, so it hits them the hardest.
Yeah. I agree.
If it just trickles in from here and there, it's just a bad day on sales for them.
Yeah.
We all have to do it
like,
to make it hurt.
It's like the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl views or ratings, whatever, was down by 5%. And it's not that much different than it had been during other years when Dinky wasn't in attendance. So,
So
make sure
we
you
didn't
get
make
involved.
a big enough dent because too many motherfuckers couldn't resist tuning in.
Yeah. It's one of the biggest.
Sorry about that, guys, but when you blow an opportunity, it doesn't come back around again. And we have no fucking opportunities that we can let slide by.
Right.
Yep. Exactly.
You know what I really want to
And
see?
Deb Haaland's running for governor in New Mexico, by the way.
You're here.
Nice. I want to see.
Holland.
This is what I want to see. I want to see a really good, comprehensive list of companies, where to spend your money, where not to spend your money, right? Because these people over here, they gave money to Dinky. So this is where you spend your money. Costco's
Small business.
Right. But you know what I mean, though?
Small,
like people who are
local
standing up.
business.
People are standing up.
But
Companies
there's
are
also
standing
large
up.
companies.
Costco's
like Costco.
Yeah,
standing up,
Chipotle,
yeah.
Costco, yeah.
But Target's not, and Walmart is not, and you know what I mean. But there's not a really good list, and I want them both side by side. So when I'm at the store, I can pull it up on my phone. I can take a screenshot of it, right, and I can look for Hershey's chocolate. I can look for, you know what I mean.
Hershey. I can tell you right now, Hershey's donated to Dinky.
I know. Coca-Cola, same thing.
McDonald's. Right?
You know what I mean? But this, I think, with using our money and spending our money, will make a fucking difference. They will see it. They will feel it. Quit ordering shit on fucking Amazon. Go to the fucking store and buy yourself a pair of shoes. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Or use eBay. Use eBay. eBay was what we had before Amazon.
That's true.
I just got a great pair of shoes. Awesome, great pair of shoes from eBay.
There you go.
So again, because we can't do anything to stop it, we can protest with our money. And I think that's the best thing we can do. If anybody can find a really, really good comprehensive list of spend here, don't spend here.
Send it in.
Send it in to 21st Century Suffragettes at Gmail. Because I think that's what
I've
we really need.
ran across a couple of videos on YouTube of somebody doing exactly that, telling you who donated what, and to where.
Right.
And there's actually places who have donated to both parties, not equally, but to both parties.
Yeah, like Toyota, I know that they donate to Dinky. So, Super Saint for the third time today. What's going on, Super Saint?
We're breaking records in here today.
I know. I'm sorry. I was going to say that there's the Goods app. I don't know if y'all said that or not, but I was going to mention that where it tells you where who donated to what, so you can know where your dollars go to, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
What's the name of the app?
Goods Unite Us.
Goods
Unite.
Yes, Goods United. Yeah, thank you.
I have it. It's on my phone. I have it on my phone.
Yes, I have that on my phone as well. But I
have 5 calls app on my phone as well.
Did y'all hear about the Dan Wilson, a J6er that Judge Friedrich remanded back to prison?
Is this number 6 or 7? What for this time?
I don't know which number it is, but I was just going to say that's some good news.
Well, but other good news.
They'll all eventually wind up back in prison.
Yes, but I just didn't know if y'all had heard that. But he was pardoned, of course, but he was gone back to prison to serve out his 5-year term for firearm convictions after he was released. But he's Friday they ordered him to self-surrender to federal authorities. We'll see if he does that. We don't know. But anyway.
All right, so...
I just wanted to let y'all know that that's one good little news.
Right.
But I just wanted to add that. But I also, wanted to mention Cliff Cass is a good person to follow. He is a comedian, but he's also an activist that is helping support, these protests. And so he's a good follow as well. And I love you guys. Keep up the fight. And I got boots to march. So
okay.
I love you guys.
Thanks.
Love
Super
Saint.
So
these boots are made for marching. That's just what they'll do.
I got another good news story that probably went under the radar. But Steve Bannon pled guilty today for the build the wall fake thingy. We're stealing money. What? On state charges. So this time he can't be pardoned. So
no pardon for that out.
And he's a felon second time because the first time was was obstruction.
Now, is the appeal going to go to a Trump-appointed judge who's going to drag it out forever?
He pled guilty.
He pled guilty.
He
pled guilty.
He pled guilty. Yeah.
Yeah, you plead guilty. There's no appeals.
What's the penalty? Do we know what the penalty is yet?
It's for stealing the money on the build the wall.
Do we know what his
fraud?
What his time?
His sentence.
It's just not coming into my head.
His sentence. I don't think he's been sentenced yet.
Yeah. He hasn't been sentenced. Okay, so he pled guilty though. He got a deal for
what those crimes, what the sentence holds?
No, that's why we need. That's why we need.
I'm gonna have to look into this now.
Morbius around and tell us those things.
You are a disgusting lawyer. Period.
It's in New York.
It's in New York for I don't know. I mean, I don't know the extent of the charges, but I'm just,
Well, I want to start my goodbye because I'm starting to feel real tired. If that's okay.
Pneumonia here.
Yeah, I'm still trying to rest, and I'm really starting to get tired a little bit. Can I do that, girls? Please. Do you mind if I start by saying my goodbye?
Not at all.
Go ahead.
Okay. Stop it, Elizabeth.
I love you guys, and I love you guys so much.
Too. Wizzy,
And
the Mizzy, she used to be the Wizzy, the Wizzy, but now she is the Mizzy.
The Mizzy. Go ahead.
Sorry.
But no, it's okay. No, I really appreciate every single subscriber and viewer that we have. I appreciate every mod, including Mark P here, and everybody, Tony for working back in the background, and everyone who's calling in, and Super Saiyan. I don't care how many times you call
shadows we creep.
Sorry.
Together we're a force to be reckoned with.
We really are, and I appreciate my you know my my screen mates, and I really do. I know that things are not unexpected, Diane, but again, my condolences to you.
Oh, thanks, sweetie.
And it's okay, honey. And we're all here. And if you guys feel threatened or feel anything that's going on, you know, call in or type us a note and let us know if you're feeling kind of weird or you're noticing something weird's going on in your town or whatever, and we can amplify it as best we can.
Yeah.
If you see some really bad injustices going on, you see some of your neighbor gets hauled off by immigration, or somebody gets, you know, beat up because they're, you know, gay or trans or whatever, please just say something. We will amplify. We'll bring it out there. But thank you so much for everything that you do for us each time we are on here.
Oh.
That's what I really got to say. And take care of each other.
Thanks, Wizzy. I'm just reading now that Glenn
Take care of
Kushner
yourself,
did.
Wizzy.
Glenn Kushner did a video. No prison time for Bannon. Bannon
Yeah, I was just
cut
about
a
to say
deal.
he pled guilty to one state felony count of a scheme to defraud in the first degree and was sentenced to a 3-year conditional discharge. He will not serve any time in prison, nor will he be required to pay any restitution under the deal. The prosecutor said there's no restitution because Bannon's co-defendants in a related federal case already returned millions of dollars to the victims. So
That's a suspended sentence, though. So one violation and he's done. Not that it's any consequence.
Fuck up again, Bannon, please.
Who's going to enforce it?
Fuck you!
Some state somewhere, maybe.
Well, we love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. And, you know, we're going to be here every Tuesday and Thursday right here on 21st Century Suffragettes at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, talking to you about what's going on in the political world. And then on Sunday, am I going to be up to singing on Sunday? I might have just...
you don't have to decide today. You can tell us on Thursday.
Let me think about it. Because I don't know
It
what
dumps the lotion on its skin or else it gets the hose again.
I don't know what the rest of the week is going to bring. It could be hell on wheels or smooth as melted butter.
Yeah.
Take it one day at a time. That's all I can do.
So we'll find out. So I'm not going to make a determination on Sunday right now, but I'll let you guys know on Thursday. So thank you so much for being here. Benny, Wizzy, Mark P, Spy Ken.
Diane, I am your protector.
That's right.
Shit. I love you guys.
Don't you forget it.
I love you guys. And we'll see you on Thursday, 5 p.m. Eastern. Peace out and take
See you
care.
next Thursday.
A census taker once tried to test me. I ate his liver with some father.
let me break into the waves. Let me shake into the white and contemplating the voyage of the white. The end of the world, the end of time. Planets aligning, I feel fine. I can't take all the violence and the pain. With a six-string by candlelight, and I'm still young, trying to start my life. Will it take some catastrophe? Will it be a personal tragedy? Only time, time it tells all. Oh, le fond du monde, oh, le fond du monde, oh, le fond du monde. So we're left in obscurity. I'm wondering if the sun come up today. A mass is lacking any purity. I wish that things would swing my way. Will it take some catastrophe? Will it be a personal tragedy? Only time, time it tells all. Oh, le fond du monde, oh, le fond du monde, oh, le fond du monde. Vicious circles, politics, religion, and races. Inside utopia of all the world's faces. Rainbows in the way, we're willing to change. With passion, love, and security. Global mad worlds and the master plan. We haven't come here to destroy your land. The evil power wants to shake my hand. Universal rule, the life of man. Ooh, saturated with luxuries, emaciated in poverty. Le fond du monde, oh là, le fond du monde, oh le fond du monde, oh le fond du monde, oh le fond du monde. Le vent du monde, le vent du monde. Oh, oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. The end of the world, 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 the end of the world. Oh, yeah, yeah, le vent du monde.
Stepping out of bitchin' cars, couldn't reach the other way to burn, so yeah. Stepping out of bitchin' cars, have a motor with a dual quad. Stepping out of bitchin' cars, racing to the top of spot, oh no. Oh no. I don't care where she's always in my head. Don't ask me why, she probably started to cry, oh yeah.
drive Chryslers.
Stepping down a bitch in cars, race the other way to Mars. Oh no, 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 no. Stepping down a bitch in cars, they're gonna put me behind the bars. Oh no. Stepping out of bitch in cars, hammer motor with a dual quad. I don't care what you're always in my hair. Don't ask me why. You should probably start to cry. No, no.
We are trailing a long-haired Caucasian in a 1970 Dodge Super Bee. We are in pursuit right now. He's getting away from us. We lost him. License plate registered to a William Guard Gaffney. Hey, isn't that guitar guy? One time I heard him play Believer by Ozzy. It was sweet.
Stepping out of bitch in cars, racing to the top of spots. Oh no. Stepping out of bitch in cars, gonna race you on the way to Mars. Oh no, no. Stepping out of bitch in cars, and motor into a quad. I don't care, cause she's always in my hand. Don't ask me why, she will start to